It's such an incredibly, almost overwhelmingly beautiful landscape. And we wanted these buildings to be a part of it and sort of sink into it. And I'm really enjoying that as time progresses, the planting kind of gets more and the buildings are sinking more into the landscape, becoming more united. My name is John Irving. I am an architect at Studio John Irving Architects. The project is located at Te Arai, which is a wonderful kind of coastal, beautiful landscape where we have beautiful waves rolling in and two rather stunning golf courses. The initial impressions of the site were kind of overwhelming, really. When I first came here, it was pine trees. So it was really interesting going from that and visualising what could be and sort of siting these houses. One of the wonderful things about this site is it's very much at the front of things. It's on the edge of the 18th fairway on the north course, so that the ocean is really right there. The brief for the villas was quite different to a residential project because we had to think about how it can be used in really different ways with locking various rooms off. You could have essentially a group of people in one room and a different group in another, almost like a hotel situation. So there's quite a lot of flexibility in terms of how they can be used. When you arrive, you're immediately greeted by these two solid walls with this floating gable above and glass, and you get sort of led into this doorway, which is solid cedar. So once that door opens, you get that kind of wow moment where your eye gets pulled out to the dunes and to the horizon. We wanted the overall forms to have a very simple appeal. So you've got these two blocks, you've got three oversized black beams that this gabled roof sits on. And so it's a very simple overall view from a distance. You've got the living area, which has two living areas, one at each end, one sort of morning sun, one evening sun, with the kitchen in the middle of everything. So it's a very simple plan. We worked closely with Stoke Fireplace Studio on this project. The fireplace is at the centre of the living space. We wanted to do it a dark colour so that it all integrates, and when the flames are there, the fireplace just disappears and you just get the glow. We like that the fireplace is a solid anchoring for the home, and personally I love a good chimney. So we've got this this really strong flue that comes out, and because there's multiple units, you've got this rhythm of all the chimneys. In terms of the design, we wanted the gable to float above these solid blocks, which were the various bedrooms, and we sort of wanted to achieve that with various openings in the roof. So one of the interesting things is in the centre of the roof, we've got these big sort of filtered skylights, so you get that nice dappled light throughout the day. It was interesting siting these buildings. We've got 6 of the villas, and we've got 19 of the smaller 2-bedroom cottages. And so we wanted to have a real interplay with them. So they were all at slightly haphazard, slightly different heights, different orientations, just to make it feel more village-like. We have used cedar on the exterior. Cedar is a real hero material on this project. The interior walls are lined with cedar, as well as the ceilings. I think the reason we like cedar so much, it's got that lovely variation in colour and tone, and the bandsawn has that nice sort of tactility that we like. On the interiors, we worked with Jenny Kane, The palette is very neutral, warm, natural fibres and fabrics, oak, knotty. We wanted it to be just very calming. Something that works well with this project is that over time the landscape is filling in and the houses are sinking more into the landscape, becoming just these very simple roofs dotted around. And I like the way they continue to evolve and become, I think, kind of less prominent over time.